not prioritize someone who does not prioritize you. Nothing lasts forever, so do not stress too much. Your worth is not defined by someone else's lack of appreciation for you. Enemies may tell the truth because it hurts, while friends may lie to spare your feelings. Never live your life how you want, as even those who care for you may not be there all the time. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. There is always a lesson in pain, hope in sorrow, and courage in struggle. When all seems lost, you will find what you truly need. Most people are only kind when it benefits them. Not everyone will be in your future. Some are just passing by to teach you something. You must be humble enough to admit your mistakes, wise enough to learn from them, and strong enough to make things right. Them letting go is very hard, but it's the key to happiness is not getting everything you want, but realizing how much you already have. Life is about balance. Be kind, but don't let others take advantage of you. Trust, but also be cautious. Be content with who you are, but always strive to improve. Even if you are the only one who believes in yourself, it's enough. Life gets better when you stop taking things personally. And don't take someone's feelings for granted. Don't set high expectations for others. Don't let negative opinions affect you. You may suffer, but things will eventually get better. Don't waste time complaining about things you can't change. Even time is precious and must be lived wisely. It's important to focus on the positives and not let fear or doubt hold you back. Life is a journey that must be lived in the present. Don't forget that progress is made by taking one step at a time. Let go of things that weigh you down and focus on moving forward. If you have more than 3 top priorities, you have none. Knowledge is recognizing that a tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is not including it in a fruit salad. People do not always get what they deserve. You cannot control your initial thoughts, but you can control your reaction. Never be so kind that you forget to be clever, and never be so clever that you forget to be kind. Your mind gives up before your body. A calm sea does not make a skilled sailor. Waiting for change without taking action is like waiting for a train at a bus stop. If you find yourself constantly questioning if something is right for you, the answer is likely no. At some point you will realize that others do not have control over your life unless you allow them to. When you work for someone else, you only have the right to labor, not the fruits of your labor. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Nothing worthwhile comes easily in life. Everything can be taken from you, except the freedom to choose your own attitude in any situation. It is possible to make no mistakes and still lose. This is not a weakness, but a part of life. Doing what is right for you may upset many people. You cannot cross the ocean if you do not lose sight of the shore. It is easy to deceive someone, but difficult to convince them they have been misled. Don't be fooled into thinking the future is just a fantasy. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Care about the things that matter, and choose to be either positive or negative in life. But remember that only one will lead you somewhere. Before you speak, consider if what you're about to say is true, kind, and necessary. Feel fear, but face it anyway. It may take a while to realize your own misery, but know that things don't have to stay that way. You won't remember the days you spend doing nothing, so have the courage to try new things and make mistakes. Don't mistake stress for responsibility. Don't hold on to your mistakes out of stubbornness. On your last day, you'll meet the person you could have become, so make the most of your time now. Don't let fear hold you back. There's always time to change your path. Hard work is more important than talent alone. Comparison is a roadblock to progress. Embrace challenges as a way to avoid apathy. Take the time to appreciate the present moment. Stop focusing on likes and dislikes and find peace in accepting things as they are. But remember, you are the only one who will truly appreciate your own efforts. It's not worth harming yourself over a company that can replace you quickly if you're not around. Those who care about you won't mind, and those who don't care aren't worth your concern. Keep trying to heal your heart until it finally opens up. But you remember when you wished for what you have now, and try to be the person you needed when you were younger. When you do things right, sometimes it can go unnoticed. If you're unhappy, it may be because you're not doing things right. Don't be afraid to move slowly, just don't stand still. Sometimes, being seen as a hypocrite just means you're in the process of changing. Don't compare yourself to others, but rather make sure they have what they need. Between being right or being kind, choose kindness. Don't let someone else's opinion of you define who you are. The possessions you own shouldn't define you, they should serve you. Speak your mind, even if you're nervous. Life isn't about what you expect, but about what you experience. Don't hold on to expectations of how things should be. Decide whether today is the day you start something new or keep waiting. You won't achieve anything if you don't try. Youth is joyful because it can see beauty. Those who can still see beauty will always be young at heart. The past is just a story we tell ourselves. Everyone reaches a point in life where they have to move on and embrace something new. It's important not to cling to the past once it's behind us. Luck comes when you're prepared for an opportunity. Honesty should always be paired with kindness, while kindness should always be honest. Manipulation, they've promised that dreams can indeed come true, but it is often overlooked that nightmares are also a type of dream. There are two ways to approach life. One is to see nothing as miraculous, while the other is to see everything as a miracle. Changing your perspective can greatly influence the way you perceive things. You teach others how to treat you, whether consciously or unconsciously. Many of the worries we have in life never actually materialize. It's recognizing that you are not your thoughts is a key step in spiritual awakening. To some, the world may seem like a tragedy, while to others it appears as a comedy. You can either be part of the problem or part of the solution. It is important not to attribute to malice what can simply be explained by ignorance. Fairy tales are more than just stories. They often contain valuable lessons about overcoming obstacles. It is not wise to dwell on the past for happiness, justification, or excuses. The world is what it is, and you are who you are. Things may seem impossible until they are achieved. Getting away with a bad decision does not make it good. The true measure of success lies in being in the arena and facing challenges head-on. We often fear things more in our minds than in reality. Anger can be destructive if not properly managed. Fake love may appear convincing, but true love is rare and powerful. Those who fight may lose, but those who do not fight have already been defeated. Living a busy life often leads to a longer lifespan. The purpose of arguments should be to understand each other, rather than to defeat one another. Life is largely about how we react to situations. But pain can be seen as a weakness leaving the body. You can choose whether to endure the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. No. It is important to work hard, as if someone is constantly trying to take everything away from you. The past is a memory, while the future is within your control. Like a sword forged in fire, success often requires enduring challenges. And many failures in life occur because people give up too soon and do not realize how close they were to success. If a challenge doesn't come your way, you won't experience any personal growth. The toughest times in your life often lead to the most significant moments. The issue is that you may think you have plenty of time, but time is limited. Remember that you have survived all of your bad days so far. A person must go through hardships in order to transform themselves, as they are both the material and the creator of their own life. Always remember why you started on your journey, and if fear is holding you back, just face it head on. Doubt can destroy your dreams more than failure ever will. When faced with difficult situations, don't give up, as this is the moment when everything can change for the better. You should push yourself harder when you feel like giving up. Rather than complaining about results, focus on the effort you put in. Someday you will appreciate yourself for never giving up. Imagine if I told you that your life would be exactly the same in 10 years. Would you be happy about that? Accept your limits and then surpass them. Failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best you can do under the circumstances. The worst mistake you can make is giving up when you should keep trying. When faced with an important moment, you have the choice to define it or let it define you. Don't give up on your dreams just because they may take time to achieve. Time will pass regardless. Life is meant to be challenging, as that is what makes achievements great. Your mindset will determine how you see the world with opportunities or obstacles. The happiest people make the best of what they have. Others rather than having the best of everything. Make sure your life is fulfilling, as you only live once. Loyalty cannot be forced. Sometimes you may not be treated well despite your efforts. If you have to question whether something is worth it, maybe it isn't. You need to surround yourself with good people to become a good person yourself. Letting go of the past is tough, but it can be the best decision for your well-being. Don't make decisions when your emotions are running high, as they may not be the best choice. The people you spend time with can influence your character, so choose your companions wisely. If your problem can be solved with money, it may not be a real problem. Moving in with someone can reveal their true character. Never enter into a marriage without first living with the person. It is important to learn how to be content and happy on your own, as relying on someone else for happiness can make you vulnerable. If you cannot take care of yourself, you will struggle to take care of others. Trust is something that is built over time in a relationship, but it can be lost in an instant if you are not careful. It is essential to keep your word and follow through with your promises, as your word is valuable, and losing its value can be difficult to recover from. Remember that the world does not owe you anything, and it is too big and busy to care about you specifically. Do not let emotions control your life, whether they are your own emotions or someone else's. If you enjoy what you do, it will not feel like work. Being kind to yourself is important, and changing yourself just to please others is not necessary. It is crucial to stick to your beliefs and do what you know is right, regardless of what others may think. Making mistakes is a part of growth, but it is important not to repeat the same mistakes. Limiting potential means you have not yet achieved something, and it is okay to make mistakes along the way to figuring out what you truly want. Do not try to fit in where you are not wanted, and do not let others bring you down. Tragic events may be difficult to move on from, but it is possible to learn how to live with them. Progress does not need to be visible to others, it is valid on your own terms. Change is inevitable in life, and learning to let go is often easier than holding on. Making others look bad will not make you look better, so always strive to do what is right rather than what is easy. Third, take responsibility for your actions and focus on self-improvement instead of blaming others for your mistakes. It is important to prioritize your own happiness and not chase after those who are leaving your life. Respect and kindness may not always be reciprocated by others, but self-respect is the most important. You cannot control the thoughts that enter your mind, but you can choose which thoughts to focus on. Do not waste energy on negative thoughts that do not serve you. Love and respect yourself, and do not try to change others. If something is meant to be, it will come back to you, but if not, it is best to move on. Your ego can be a powerful enemy, telling you that you are always right and invincible. Remind yourself to quiet your ego and stay humble. Cherish the moments in life as they happen, and strive to find joy in every situation. There will be days when your plans do not go as expected, and this can actually be a positive thing. Each moment should be seen as an opportunity to learn. When everything seems to be going wrong, it is normal to feel pulled down by jealousy. But bad phases in life can arise unexpectedly, and often we must endure pain and grow on our own. It is not wise to rely on one person for all your happiness, as they may eventually leave you feeling empty. But trust should be given wisely and not blindly, as not everyone will catch you when you fall. People often act based on their own needs and desires and may not always be sincere in their words. It can be difficult to confide in others when facing issues, as most only want to hear the good, not the bad. One must be prepared for the consequences of their actions, as even small mistakes can have lasting effects. It is crucial not to be a people pleaser, as you may find yourself alone in tough times. Difficult periods can bring wisdom, maturity, and courage. Trust is easily broken, and worry only takes away peace from the present. Making tough choices is essential for growth, and action is more valuable than just planning. Experience is a great teacher, and self-respect is important for how others perceive you. Cherish loved ones, as life is unpredictable. Good things do come to those who wait. It may be difficult and challenging, but maintaining something, whether it's a machine, a home, or a relationship, is always better than having to repair it later. Even time is precious and can never be regained, so it is important to prioritize things that matter to you, such as your health and achievements. Making decisions while in pain can be beneficial, as the fear of experiencing that pain again can be a strong motivator for making positive choices for your future. The hardships you face in the past will only make your future brighter, but most of the things that we worry about never actually happen. So it is important to focus on attracting positivity in your life by being a better person. Missing someone does not always mean that you need them back in your life. It is a part of the process of moving on. Attend funerals and listen to the stories of the departed to learn more about the impact they had on others. Surround yourself with people who give you honest opinions, as being too generous or benevolent can lead to being taken advantage of. Holding on to negative feelings will only cause more stress, so it is important to let go of things that weigh you down. It is important to learn from people's actions rather than just their words. Reacting in anger can lead to irreversible consequences, so it is important to wait until you have calmed down before responding. Privacy is a form of power, so be careful about oversharing personal information. Do not dwell on regrets about the past, as you did your best at the time. See people for who they truly are, rather than who you want them to be. Avoid jumping to conclusions and instead be discerning about others' intentions. If someone treats you with contempt, it is best to remove them from your life to avoid potential harm. Avoid lending money, as it can strain relationships and lead to problems in the future. It is important to find solutions to your problems before sharing them with friends. No matter how difficult it may be, avoid showing your weaknesses to others as they may find it entertaining. Stay strong in front of others, even if you don't want to hear the truth from them. Feeling sorry for yourself can be harmful, so try to avoid it. Just because you are going through a tough time now, it doesn't mean you will never be happy again. Pain is only temporary. You may spend all your energy on making money initially, but eventually you may end up spending all your money on regaining your health. Holding grudges against those you dislike will not harm them. It will only harm you. Only time truly defines who you are, not anything else. Time is a powerful force that cannot be controlled, no matter how hard you try. 2.